Disclaimer, this video is not about the games as a whole. It's about a new person's first introduction to the game and if they'd want to keep playing after an hour. I'm not calling the games bad, I'm just saying if someone would want to keep playing.
Okay, let's talk ASYM games. These games are pretty good. I like them. I've played a concerning amount of one of them. And I've started to wonder to myself, how will new players deal with these games? When they play them, will they be able to adapt as easily? ASYM games are definitely a popular category on Roblox at the minute. Everyone's sort of making their own versions of stuff. Some are good, some are not so good. So ASYM games normally go like this. So an ASYM game is there will be one person playing an enemy role and the rest of the server will be playing a survivor role. To like, you know, escape, survive, just try beat the enemy at the game. There's a lot of different ways games do this. But that same argument comes to me as, which of these games will new players be able to adapt to as quick? So I've played a ton of these games, some definitely more than others. But I would like to point out that this is I've played an hour in all of these at least, and this is gonna be in the idea of there's someone who's joined Roblox, they want to play an ASYM game, they'll play an hour of each game, and they'll see whichever one they adapt to the quickest, they'll be more interested in. Because let's put it in this boots, little Timmy does not want to die 50 times, play a good 24 hours of a game before he gets used to it. No, he's gonna wanna, you know, see what game he can adapt to quickly so he can keep playing that and enjoy it. No one wants to play a game a lot if they're not gonna enjoy it. I've picked out some ASYM games which I care about, so sorry if your favourite ASYM isn't in this, I just haven't seen it. But yeah, I will point out a few things here. Once again, this is not a summary of the game overall. A lot of these games are good, I know this, but this is going to be from the idea of someone who's played about an hour of the game. If you're arguing that's not enough time, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm literally doing this experiment with an hour. People aren't going to play for more than an hour if they don't enjoy it, okay? Now that that's covered, I'm going to rank from worst to best which ASYM games are the easiest to get used to and adapt to as a new player. So for the worst, I've gone with Forsaken. Now, the reason for this is it's the game I've played the most. And early on, it was pretty difficult to get used to it. Don't get me wrong, the gameplay's simple. You survive and you do some gens. But for new players, it's tough for them to understand abilities sometimes. It's tough for them to get used to fighting these people with insane amounts of playtime. It's very lucky to get in a server where it's not people with over at least 5 days playtime. I've seen so many times new players, even people with a day playtime, still play the same as people who have just started because they can't get used to the gameplay. I mean, whenever they play Survivor, they will definitely be either left as last if people see the playtime of them, or they'll just get killed straight up because people know it's an easy increase to the timer. They never really take up much time to kill, mainly because they don't understand how the game works, and after an hour of it, are they going to have enough knowledge to know how to? Probably not, because they're getting killed so quickly. There's no genuine kindness to the game to tell them, oh, here, we'll give you a bit of a benefit for new players, this character will be helpful. No. Because they can't play noob, right? Because they pop all the abilities instantly the minute they get attacked. Because they don't know what they're meant to do. Really, what should happen is when you hover over an ability with your mouse or something like that, it should tell you what the ability does. Just for new players to get used to it and go, okay, I can try this. Once you're new and you're getting into Forsaken, it's going to take probably multiple days to get used to a game. And if your argument is, well, I have a day playtime and I'm doing great, good job. But for most people, it isn't that. Once again, I will point out a million times because there's gonna be some anger to do with this video. This isn't an overall summary. This isn't directed towards people saying if you play this game and you're new, you're terrible. This is a summary from what I've played as someone who plays ASYM games, and I'm giving my opinion on it. Anyway, now that Forsaken's part is done, we're going to go on to one which, I'll be honest, I don't know too much about, but I've tried playing the game and I've just struggled every single time. And that game is LOWK Memories. Now, I purely want to put this out. I've played probably 1 or 2 hours of this game, a lot less than most of the games I've played, and I'll give you the reason. I couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't play it without getting killed instantly, or even when I was killer, just getting absolutely thrown around. I mean, I was the killer, and it felt like I was trying to survive the survivors. The entirety of LOWK Memories is, if you're new, you're not really going to get used to the style. The ASYM style works a lot differently. The hitboxes are a bit janky from when I played. It was just a lot of them running around the entire map and me not even knowing how to get up in some places of that map. And then just getting danced on for most of the round while they just use their abilities on you. Well, I don't even think I hit someone in that round unless they let me. And then, like, when I was playing Survivor, it was such a struggle there as well because I was just getting absolutely thrown around, killed within seconds, picked back up, killed again. And, like, I had no clue what to do. Once again, I've played double the amount of hours I said I was going to give for this video, and I still couldn't understand it. So for a new player who, once again, will go, oh, I'll try a few rounds of this, and they get murdered instantly, do you think they'll personally want to play the game again? And once again, you could use the argument, maybe you're just in a bad lobby, you know, maybe join another one. Great argument if everyone wasn't like this. I joined multiple lobbies and it was just full of the same people. The same people who knew how to play, same people who would just absolutely demolish new players. And that's why new players find it so difficult to join this game. I haven't seen many complaints about it, so don't get me wrong, I could be completely wrong, and if I am, happily let me know. This is from my experience, this is what I'm letting the people know happened to me. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I want to say for LOWK Memories. Don't get me wrong, I think the design's great, but I have so many times tried to get into this game because I like Sonic.EYX, and just didn't work for me. I just couldn't get into it. As for the other ASYM games, I could get a lot more into. Okay, so as low as this is, I do think this is where the 50-50 games start to come in. And I'll give you a reason why. I mean, I know the Pillar Chase fan base, and they're not going to be happy with this position, but I'm going to give my reason anyway. I know a million people are going to try debunk it, but I'm not giving you a lot of time, and I'm not going to give you a lot of time. I've played 10 hours of this game, and it still feels just so unbearable with most killers. So, once again, I played it, great design, it was fun, it was simple, it was a good mechanic to get used to. Very simple, survive and do some puzzles, it's fun. The timer goes down when you get the full list of puzzles done, and everyone will do that in like a joint effort. And there's stuff around the map that can help you. Once again, I'm fine with it. The mechanics are fine. The only issue is, for new players, if they're not going up against easier killers, like, when I mean easier killers, I'm talking like Rosemary, is it Valor? I might be wrong. Vapor, sorry. And Fogborn? Like, Fogborn on some maps is quite simple, because it's like, you can only look one direction in some maps, so you just turn around and you run the other way for him. But it's more of like in open maps you can accidentally look at him and get killed. He's quite like, in my opinion, a 50-50. I've played a decent amount of him. But anyway, there's some killers which, you know, you can survive, and then you'll be like, oh, this is quite an enjoyable game. And then I'll give like one killer example mainly, because it's the one I got while doing the recording, and it was Uncle Samsonite. I don't know how to deal with him. Like, once again, I've had 10 hours playtime, I've faced him a decent amount, and not once did I survive him, and I just got killed instantly from just... I don't know what to tell you, I got stunned and then just insta-killed. I don't know what I was meant to do there. So, once again, hey, I'm down to play more Pillar Chase. Tell me how to deal with that, please. Because I didn't know how to deal with it. But once again, there's a lot of killers which, if you're new at the game, you're going to get murdered. But there's a lot of killers where, if you're new at the game, you're gonna stand a decent chance. It's about, like, it is just a very 50-50. And I think, personally, playing killer rounds, it's probably quite good. I played killer rounds, and every killer round I did, I was getting kills, I was maybe even winning a round. It was fun. It was fun playing killer. I was playing Rosemary, it was fun. I was playing Fogborn, it was fun. I was enjoying the game. So it's, like, once again, a 50-50. A complete 50-50. I personally think, though, if you do play enough of it, you'll get used to it. I'm not even talking a day playtime. I'm just talking, like, maybe, I think you will get used to it a lot quicker if you just play a lot of it in, like, one go. And especially if you get some help with it, like play with, like, someone recommended to play with some friends, and, you know, you might enjoy it more. I'm completely down for that. However, it's above Forsaken and Outcome Memories, because those two games, I personally think, if you played a day or two, you could not get used to. Villa Chase, I think if you play a day or two, you could get quite used to the game. It's whether you want to do that. But in this video's sake, you wouldn't want to do that. You've given every game an hour, and this game, you got a bit unlucky with. Or maybe you got lucky with, and you will keep playing. That's the whole point of this video. Next one after Pillar Chase is, I'm going to go with Flavor Facility, mainly because I think it's an ASYM. Pretty sure that the Flavor Facility is an ASYM. And I think it's really fun. I think you just do computers, you can run away, you can understand that the killer can run and hit you. And then you'll get put in a chamber and you near get saved. It's quite a simple, it's like just a simpler Dead by Daylight. I've played, I think, more Flavor Facility than any game ever, mainly because I used to play it a lot on Xbox, and it was some of my favourite times ever playing Flavor Facility. The only issue it's so low is because I do think the killers can just sort of camp quite easily with things. It's kind of difficult to play. Like, if the killers aren't experienced, or if there's even survivors who are experienced, I think it's a bit of a tough one. But the fact is, Flea is very popular and it's constantly having new players daily. It's only 5-player lobbies. It's very possible you get put into a new player lobby in Flea, and that is why it's so high. Because the gameplay is very understandable. When you join a server, you're not going to be put with professionals every single time. And I genuinely think a pretty understandable game on both sides, killer and survivor. I think, like, once again, later on in the videos, I'm going to have a lot less to say about the positive games because they're doing more things right for newer players. But anyway, next game, and personally I think this is going to be the winner if the other two games didn't exist, purely because the gameplay is a lot better than the last two games. And the other reason is I genuinely loved it. It was my first time playing it and I loved it. So, Die of Death, genuinely, I thought before, it's just some Forsaken knockoff, you know. But this game is incredible. I'll literally say it as it is. My experience was great. I joined and got to understand the mechanics without getting killed instantly, because the game's genuinely so generous to the player base with just getting hits and stuff. So I'm able to understand the game, you know, pick out cards, know what they do, and by an hour in, I should understand how to play. That is exactly what I was looking for in the games. Die of Death has done the most perfect thing with what I've wanted here. It's forgiving towards newer players. It's letting them understand the game. It is letting them try a fun game with pretty good detail, with good gameplay, with good mechanics, without them dying instantly in games like Forsaken. I could be, like, completely wrong. I saw only, like, 3 odd killers, but all those 3 killers you could get used to. It's pretty understandable. The survivors are more helpful than any other game I've played, might I point out, apart from maybe Outcome Memories. I think Outcome Memories players are, like, really helpful, because they just love battering the killer. But, I genuinely think, though, Die of Death is the best ASYM for new players, and I will say it. I'll say it with heart there. I think Die of Death is the winner of this video, Don't get me wrong, it's not the easiest for new players, but if you want an ASYM game and you're new to ASYMs, definitely try Die of Death. I think Die of Death is a great game. It's probably one of the least I've played, but it's the most enjoyable. So, okay, now we're gonna go into some honourable mentions that I wanted to mention, but it didn't really fit the criteria of ASYM, or there just wasn't enough players in said game. Okay, so I do want to mention Piggy, but I feel like most games are just bot killers, or if it's actual player killers, it's quite unplayable because they just camp anything they can to stop you from winning. So it's kind of impossible in a state. Like, I like Piggy, but it's more of a bot game, so it's cool, we'll move on. FPES. Now, I know that there's an FPE ASYM game, but I haven't played it, maybe I will. But, I think this game's really good. Don't know if it fits into ASYM, but, you know, try it out. And try the other FPE. Yeah, try the other FPE ASYM out as well, because both of these two, they've probably got some promise to it. I like it. Stop It Slender. This one, you know, iconic. We love it. There just wasn't a lot of players at the time of recording. I think this is now. I don't know, I could be wrong. But I genuinely really liked the mechanics in this game, and I think you should give it a try. If there's enough players. And this last one, this is a bit of a promo to someone, because when I was streaming, he went, "Can you try my ASYM game out?" And it was pretty fun, I can't lie. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't the most amazing, like, it wasn't the best made. It's obviously quite new. It's a solo development, I believe. Just give him some love. It's called Juggernaut. But yeah, definitely give Juggernaut a try. It was really fun. Okay, so for the winners, this is probably going to annoy you all, just the fact that these two games are in first. But once again, this isn't the best game, it's just the most easy to adapt to. And that's going to be Bear and You vs. Homer. Now, I know the idea of You vs. Homer being at the top of any list to do with ASYMs infuriating, but just understand, it's for players to get used to this game. The game is as simple as it gets, Bear being a little more complex, mainly because there's puzzles, but it's still just a big game of hide and seek. There's literally all there is to it. I think both games are quite simple to play. It's a fun game to just play for a bit, it's a bit of a joke game, just have fun with it. The only thing I hate about You vs. Homer is that people are genuinely trying to try hard that, like, trying to learn wall hoppings for a Simpsons hide-and-seek game. Like, if you're really doing that, then come on, man. But both fan bases are genuinely quite funny. I have nothing against either two of them. And yeah, I think Bear's obviously the much better game than You vs. Homer. But overall, it's quite simple. They can both be crammed together. They're quite similar games. And they're both first on the easiest ASYMs to get used to, because it is just games of hide and seek. I might make another video, I might make a part 2 to this with more ASYMs games, because I know Bite by Night and Blockbound are coming out soon. And there's also just a lot of ASYMs I haven't covered, which you might want me to. So if this video does get some positive attention and you understand the concept of this video, please recommend me more videos, because I kind of enjoyed playing all these different ASYM games and finally taking a break out of Forsaken. But anyway, let me know what you think. Opinions of opinions, and yeah, bye.